12. In his book, Uninhabitable Earth, David Wallace Wells, like NASA, reports that global warming can only be stopped and reversed by stratosphere CO2 removal. CO2 scrubber plants of maximal power must be built and come online, 1.5 new factories every day for 75 years to hold the world to another half degree Celsius heating by 2100. Although he ignores the danger that presently skyrocketing drought might kill most forests by 2040, to explode CO2 human emissions leveled off and decreasing by 2025, back upwards by 500%. I would worry, if I were you, that without worldwide new freshwater delivery to micro-drip every forest and farm route and refill all dying lakes, plus gearing up those 41,000 CO2 scrubber plants ASAP, then kiss goodbye to all regular rain, every tree, and your little girl's last water, food, breathing, and heartbeat early in our century's second quarter. Millions of 2100 crisis controller eggheads have no plan, much less any political power, to keep 8 billion alive 60 to 70 years earlier. Mr. Wallace Wells advises worldwide conversion to regenerative farming, including crop rotation and planting choices to accomplish CO2 storage of potentially 100% of human emissions, now mostly flying high to scorch our regular rain soon gone. Millions are expert in some, certainly not all, of our human rescues, knowing a few things about what must happen, just fully ignorant or uncaring about how to make who get it done. 100% eloquently appeal, somebody please make the changes, do the right things. Then all of them dry up faster than our terminal weather. They've had the floor for 60 years and deserve great credit, along with private enterprise and admirable government leadership and citizen activism, for huge solar and wind power advances allowing some, not enough fossil fueling slowdown, to at least peak and begin descent of world human CO2 emissions by 2025. But what about the other 1,000 times more imminently fatal water, forest, crop, lake, and corrupt military genocide crises? As any New York cab driver says every day, forget about it. Only my speeches and your enforced reform and new technology rescues don't beg for volunteer anything. Law! Now! Every water manager waits until disappearing lakes and rivers very soon project our home water faucets suddenly spitting dust. Okay, we'd better stop crop irrigation that can be up to 80% of demand. Next, shut down thirsty factories. Except after 25 years drought, heading for 50 multiples worse, those stopgaps will preserve your 8 survival glasses a day for how few years? I'm actually describing present Chinese summer crises, draconian measures involved in dragging their economy from explosion to recession. Project tiny blips of time further, water conservation experts. Rush to patch up every leaky underground pipe. Then scheme a single day past the inevitable. Lakes, rivers, and municipal water plants suck mud Monday and dust Tuesday. Citizens are now free to pay 1,000,000 times more per gallon for bottled water. From where? 1,000 other communities also begging anyone's surplus? Without the farm and factory economies paying salaries, who's got money for liquid or solid food gold? Only enough for 10% of us anyway. Now the divide up nothing into something geniuses look up and say, who was that nut yelling, new supply or die? Yeah, but his corruption and weapons converted to water from Oceans and Floods plan was a 10-year project to pay off. Now we're all just December squirrels under 3 feet of snow who didn't gather a single acorn all fall. Survival now is 2 questions. Do I have $10 million in the bank for bottled water and canned goods and a private army to defend it? And won't I need my own hospital to fight off diseases flooding in from billions of corpses? Was a horror movie that bad ever made? Folks, I don't claim to be either expert or prophet who knows the nightmare that will come true, only that our stinking leaders are fast working on it. To steal the movie line, I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. Can I enrage you enough to begin your revolution to live with letters to congressmen, senators, and president? Dear vultures and jackals, cancel your 5 daily hours at off-federal property phone banks soliciting bribes, not donations, from your top cronies to buy your unfair, undemocratic advertisement preponderance in return for handing over 1,000 times my taxes for weapons contracts, other dangerous product purchases, tax breaks, and emissions filthy regulation loopholes. All near-future civilization murder for you conspirators' short-term riches and power before y'all kill everybody, including your own abandoned families, you stupid, greedy, blind assholes. Right now, I'm suing in federal courts for every rescue that you've refused us every minute of your deadly careers. But I'm still encouraging you to vote billions in R&D for crash industry skyrocketing CO2 atmosphere subtraction. Then build those improved factories with every government dollar now earmarked for military genocide, not defense or human rescue. That I'm also suing to force you to mount in concert with most every other fallen nation that we could together raise back up with our swords into plowshares treaty. I'm sending you our speeches detailing the ocean desalinization, flood and rain collection, lake refilling, plus forest and crop watering that all humanity dies without. We won't rest until we've appealed to every voter sick of and from your human savaging, not helping. Supporting to victory our 1,000 rescue candidates competing to beat you like a drum if you continue another month hammering government crime only designed to make me soon watch my children fry, parch, starve, and nuclear explode, burn, or freeze. Of course, you still think that your dirty money campaign commercial kitty will brainwash voter majorities to corrupt leader victory, just as it has for 80 years straight. And right you are until the day our federal lawsuits replace your unconstitutional bribery for oligarchy system with equal time public campaign finance only. Then, in a single year of hearing the extinction canceling truth from a myriad human, not business protecting candidates, you'll learn that your own present, not just future family, is years, not decades away from the suffering and death of your children. Then you'll get it. Love and rescue all to save yourselves. Wake up! You are a direct crisis education away from becoming a generous, loving, compassionate caretaker and public servant. But first, you gotta stop handing our lives over to scavengers feasting on our near future deaths. Now you're locked into a sick system that forces you, without conscious, malicious intention, to behave at the behest of your coercive commercial sponsors like a selfish, heartless, merciless, corrupt, stupid, homicidal, suicidal, private, not public, temporary fortune hunter and extinction artist. I want to vote for you. But first, you vote and work for all of us. Sincerely yours, every damn one of your new voters and bosses, Mr. or Mrs. Public Servant. Why will 100% of my speech's prohibitively expensive world salvation only flow from public campaign finance and direct confiscation and elimination of genocidal attack weaponry, including titanic conventional weapons and armies, not just 10,000 nuclear megatons? Because the jury's been in for 10,000 years about the single alternative. Billions begging forever corrupted, armed to the teeth business and military dictators to, pretty please give up your power, riches, theft, and savagery whenever you happen to feel like it. Especially after 185 nations signed, then fully abrogated for 53 years our nuclear non-proliferation treaty, ordering exactly that nuclear and conventional disarmament. Why do my speeches hammering the few solid laws to enforce disarmament, to spring the rescues that only family lovers, never paid off warriors can imagine, plan, buy, build, and effect, only make me a lonely, dying weirdo? Because you ain't finished 'em and got cracking yet. The minute you do, and grab your friends too, we're all lovers and workers, not lonely but happy, not ignorant but in the know, no longer dying, the whole world of citizen leaders living again. Researchers find that reform movements need the activism of around 12% of citizens to inspire majority voter and legislator support for the laws to require, not just inspire, better justice and public care. So we need 1 billion activists, right? I'm pretty sure I can recruit 2. If you 2 grab another pair each, our little doubling club need only persuade 2 more each, just once in a month. 2.5 little years reaches that first billion. 31 doublings to my envelope math. 3 more to 8 billion. To be sure, everybody work on 4, expecting half to drop out. Spend a few minutes most days, under 1% of your family love and work obligations. Piece of cake. Just don't stop nibbling at it. All I've done is work on these speeches. When I'm finished, I'll get them out and seek plenty of legal help, as the actual law making I'm 100% ignorant of is the essence of our movement. Your family's life-saving over the precious last few years we have left to accomplish it must be slammed through federal courts, Congresses, and executives bullied to make and obey treaty law and grow our immense projects of humanity death-destroying and life-saving. requiring ridiculous technical, industrial, scientific, legal, political research, and public communication division of labor. My huge speech pile may be all but useless, but your pointed, expert, job-at-a-time genius is key. Keep it up, pup. Don't stop, pop. Press, Bess. How did Winston Churchill rouse baby Britain to drive off 10,000 Nazi bombers? Never, never, never quit. Now suppose old Steve's about out of gas. Somebody better take over, Rover. Maybe you think it's them, Jim. Expecting others, Carruthers. Who starts this job for your family's survival? Who does it right? Who sees it through? It's gotta be you, Drew, and nobody else, Chelsea. 15 empires ruined the world and their own nations for many millennia, precisely because nobody, not a single you or I, legally took away their military and tax-thieving power. So how did a single human survive? Because not until the 2100s were extinction twins, global warming, and nuclear winter finally cemented in by hunter's instinct, twisted by deadly industrial, commercial, military, financial, and political corruption, outrageously, criminally, homicidally left legal to make every living cell on earth their final prey. 2 million years of matriarch's love followed by 10,000 years, 1/200th as long patriarch's savagery, in 2 decades or far less, is slated to remove most of our water and food, pending the nuclear coup de grace. I fear this with the scary evidence I provide. I'd be thrilled to be proven wrong. Forget every word of my dozens of speech hours except 5. You make life law now.